Celtics beat reporter John Karalis joins us now. And John, a shorter than normal offseason. Some say that favors a young team like the Celtics, but it's not doing any favors for Kemba Walker. So on the whole, do the Celtics come into this regular season with any kind of advantage in the Eastern Conference?
No, I would think actually they're a little more disadvantaged because of their deep playoff run. Guys didn't get a chance to rest. Obviously, the Kemba Walker thing is a real detriment because they thought the league was coming back in January or February, and so that's when they gave him the stem cell shot. The plan was to have him ease into a regular season, and then the NBA took a real pivot there. So it hurt Kemba. I think it's going to hurt these guys because instead of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown having an offseason to rest and then go to their personal coaches and work on new things, they're getting right back into this season. So I think it kind of stunts everybody's development a little bit.
All right. Since the last time we talked, the Celtics have added draft picks Peyton Pritchard and Aaron Nesmith and free agents Tristan Thompson and Jeff Teague. They also, of course, lost Gordon Hayward, and they're going to be without Walker indefinitely. So right now, are the Celtics better than they were when the season ended?
That's a tough question. I'm going to say no, they're not better. I don't know that they're worse, though. I think, with Jason Tatum, there's a possibility that he can take another step forward into a potential MVP level season. Jaylen Brown could take a step forward. So if those guys take progression and realize maybe regular all-star potential and MVP potential, then the Celtics could be better. I think Tristan Thompson, whenever he gets over that strained hamstring, will be a good upgrade over Enes Kanter. The Celtics have shored up their big man rotation. I think Nesmith can be a contributor. So some question marks there. They can be better, but we just don't know what the full rotation of this team is going to be. If any of these rookies can make an impact, if any of these new guys can really make an impact right away. But I don't think that they're any worse either.
And you mentioned Jason Tatum a couple of times, and there's some talk about how much taller he is now. Instead of being 6'8", he's listed as 6'10". That's wonderful. But he also seemed to have spent a portion of this offseason picking things up and putting them down. A little bit of time spent in the weight room. Do you think that's going to help his game?
Yeah, absolutely. Being able to drive and absorb that contact and play through that contact, that's going to be a huge, huge element to his game. When you look at when guys make these MVP type of leaps, a guy like Jason Tatum, yeah, he can shoot and he's going to work on those moves behind the arc, maybe, shooting from a couple of steps back like guys like Damian Lillard and Trae Young and Steph Curry will do. Maybe he can add some of that to his game, but really adding muscle, which has been a priority since day one for him, when he drives and he gets hit in the lane, being able to absorb that contact, maybe lay some punishment on somebody else and finish. Now he gets to the free throw line. You get 4 or 5 extra points at the free throw line. Suddenly your average goes from 23, 24 points to almost 30 points a game. That's MVP level performance. So that's going to be a big deal for him.
I think you and I need to get on his program because it seems to be working quite well for him. So maybe it would help us. But
it would help me if I was also 24.
That's true, too. You've also written a new book. Congratulations on that. It's called The Boston Celtics All-Time All-Stars, the best players at each position for the C's. And I want to know, is this the definitive Celtics book on the all-time greats, or is this intended to start a lot of arguments?
I'm hoping a little bit of both, maybe. I think there are certainly some arguments to be had in there because when I went into this project, I thought I knew right away, like, okay, here's my team. And as I dove deeper into it, you start to really look at some of the overlooked players in Celtics history, especially the players of the 70s. I think the 70s is an overlooked decade in NBA history. It was absolutely the league's lowest point. Drug problems turned people away. A challenge by the ABA turned people away. And a lot of players that you might not think would make this team are going to make it. And it pushes some people away that I didn't think I would have to leave off. So it's, if nothing else, you're going to see the arduous, kind of like heart-wrenching a process of eliminating some of my favorite players of all time.
All right, it's ripe for debate, and the book is out already, just in time for Christmas. That's a great idea. So best of luck, John, and thanks very much for being with us.
I appreciate it. Thanks.